yeah. Here's my worship. Take joy in it. Make it your dwelling place. I wanna put a smile on your face. I present my heart to you. Oh, yeah. I present my life to you. Here's my worship, Lord. Can you take the joy? Can you take the joy in it? Make it your dwelling place. Wanna put a smile on your face. I present my heart to you. I present my life to you. So here's my worship smile. Oh, here's my life, Lord, smile. Here's my worship smile. Oh Lord, here's my life, Lord, smile.
I wanna talk to you. I wanna talk to you. Just pray. I believe that with you by my side, together we can touch the skies.
We will be better than ever. Made a promise we can do it together, and I ain't breaking my word. I just wish that I could fly like a bird, get away from this earth. Had to pray and pray, I felt I was cursed. Always tell myself it could have been worse. Never going back, I broke the reverse. It come from my soul, no need to rehearse. A lot of time I was in need of work. Talk to God like I needed to work. Jumped the line like I needed it first. But I was being selfish, you know this gon' affect a lot of people. I was being careless, took a break and stepped away. I'm coming back when I get ready. I know this break people into pieces, but I ain't gon' let it.
Yo, Blaze, you crazy for this one. Hey, all the champions out there feel so good. Hey, I said it feels so good.
We will, we first. But I was, we will.
We gon' make it. What didn't break me made me better. I believe that. Together, let's go.
Striving for greatness, at the same time keeping my patience. Can't be racing to no early grave, I'm cool with just pacing. I can drop at any given time, I'm holding my aces. I see disappointment all in their faces. The turtle still crossed the finish line. We done break the bar so many times, it's only right they give me mine. Diamond by myself, together we really shine. Long as I keep putting my faith and trust in God, I know that everything will be fine. Built for it, real stand up, God ain't never breaking my kind. I believe I can do anything, ain't never changing my mind. Life's all about patience, take it one day at a time. Life's all about patience, take it one day at a time, you know?
Come on.
We'll make it together, me and you.
And the beat play.
And when the clouds, they won't fade away.
Everybody say,
don't you give up your one step closer.
We gon' make it.
We will.
I believe that.
Cut out all the lights, see the light. Got pulled over, see the brights. What you doing on the street at night? Wonder if they gonna read your rights. 13th Amendment, 3 strikes. Made a left when I should've made a right. Told God last time on life. Told the devil that I'm going on a strike. Told the devil when I see him on sight. I've been working for you my whole life. Told the devil that I'm going on a strike. I've been working for you my whole life. Nothing worse than a hypocrite. Change, he ain't really different. He ain't even try to get permission. Asked for advice and they dissed him. Said I'm finna do a gospel album. What have you been hearing from the Christians? They'll be the first one to judge me. Make it feel like nobody loved me. They'll be the first one to judge me. Feeling like nobody loved me. Told people God was my mission. What have you been hearing from the Christians? They'll be the first one to judge me. Make it feel like nobody loved me. Make you feel alone in the dark and you never see the light. Man, you never seeing home, man, you never see the domes. I can feel it when I write. Point of living in the right. If they only see the wrongs, never listen to the songs. Just to listen is a fight, but you whoop me for the fight. It's so hard to get along if they only see the slight from the love of religion. What have you been hearing from the Christians? They'll be the first one to judge me. Make it seem like nobody loved me. I'm not trying to lead you to visas, but if I try to lead you to Jesus, we get called halfway believers. Only halfway read Ephesians. Only if they knew what I knew of. I was never new till I knew of. True and living God, Yeshua. The true and living God.
Somebody pray for me.
Hands on, 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 hands on. Hands on, hands on, hands on, hands on, hands on, hands on, hands on.
Cut out all the lights, heat the light. Got pulled over, see the brights. What you doing on the street at night? Wonder if they gonna your rights. 13th Amendment strikes. Made a left when I should've made a right. Told God last time on life. Told the devil that I'm going on a strike. Told the devil when I see him on sight. I've been working for you my whole life. Told the devil that I'm going on a strike. I've been working for you my whole life.
Use this gospel for protection. It's a hard road to heaven. We call on your blessings. In the Father, we put our faith. King of the kingdom, our demons are trembling. Holy angels defending. In the Father, we put our faith.
Not be the greatest. In my bed undercovers when undercovers had raided. My presence is happy belated. Fashionably late, I'm just glad that you made it. The best is yet to come, I'm just glad that you waited. They all say they real till it's time to appraise it. I seen them come and go, you only the latest. But who am I to judge? I'm crooked as Vegas.
Use this gospel for protection. It's a hard road to heaven.
We call on your blessings. In the Father, we put our faith. King of the kingdom, our demons are trembling. Holy angels defending. In the Father, we put our faith.
A lot of damaged souls, I done damaged those. And in my arrogance, took a camera pose. Caught with a trunk, a berry man of lows. They sing a different tune when the slammer close. From the concrete grew a rose. They give you rape talk, I give you faith talk. Blindfolded on this road, watch me faith walk. Just hold on to your brother when his faith lost.
Spirits be through me. Yeah. Ay. Ooh, I wanna be used by you. Ooh, I wanna be used by you. When I look at my son, it's bringing me joy. The way that you looking at me made me feel like I won the award. Feel your breath when they press and record. In the booth, we just on the court. With these verses, I'm going to war. I'm the stain for you, call me your boy. I just wanna be used by my father. Cause the point is to show him my Abba. I just feel like the time is upon us. We the children in need of his guidance. I don't need no AP to live in this timing. Like it's shady, we still not afraid. Tell my lady I'm here to the grave. Put me in like I play for the Braves. You had a good run, but he closing the game. Yeah. Behold him, build this with your own hands. Share your glory with no man. Wide open, tell me when the walls was closing. Now your water's flowing, I can't stop this moment. Stand on the top, see it all bitter. When I stand on the rock, see it all clearer. Yeah, my pops told me about a pallbearer who can open caskets, he a soul stealer. When you look at my jeans, you can't compare them. Cause the spirit of God gave me raw denim. Had voids in me, only God filled them. Never thought he'd ever put a cross in them. Ooh, I wanna be used by you. Say it's holy, can't get this off my lips. You love me with devotion, you don't kick me when I trip. Yeah, I need a sip from the river, just wanna get what you giving. Give me unlimited vision and see through the counterfeit, I want the realest. Where he come from, you can't get that with a PJ. It's so full inside this house, I feel like DJ. I can't fight it, let your light come shine on me. Yeah. Ain't no hiding, I'll confide in your peace. Yeah. Hey, carrying buckets of shame. Father, I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant, this is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain, he poured it over every stain until he coming.
Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame. Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame.
Yeah, I just turned a milli down to be home with my son. Y'all don't get it, I can't gain a thing if I've already won. Still don't get it, I was full back when my bank account was none. Cause my God the type to leave the 99 to get the one. This is life or death, I ain't making music just for fun. Glory to your name, Father, I pray that your kingdom come. And when Satan's on my heels, I pray it's Nike with the run. Make my heart beat more like Hezekiah, say it and it's done. Breakthrough, Lord Jesus, I need breakthrough. I've been doing things that made the Father have to break you. Living in my shame like the potter didn't shape you. But I know even in the storm, the water didn't wake you. The water didn't wake you. And that cross couldn't break you. Yeah, the darkness couldn't take you. Oh, yeah.
Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame. Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame. Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame. Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Finally free. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Finally free. Yeah, 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 yeah. Finally free. I'd be lying if I ever said that I felt better than this. Broke out the chains of the wrist. I threw my hands to the Lord and I praise him, and yeah, that was right off the rip. Cause the grip of the devil ain't loosen a bit. I had to choose to forget what I've been through and start looking towards what I'm getting into, and stop me from choosing to quit. The devil a liar, I came right out of the fire. Asked for forgiveness, he gave me the business, so I gotta thank the Messiah. Told me he hated a liar, now I'm preaching the truth to the choir. I carried my burdens for many years, not a cross I carry like Mariah. I'm crossing over to the light side. Lord on the left and my right side, biting my tongue, ain't letting it run. Just know that the Trinity might slide. Put a hole in your holy heart. This ain't a joke, ain't no goalie heart. Say what you want about who you believe in. The end of the day, boy, I know he God and I know he awesome. I know he Alpha and Omega. And Satan tried to take me, I said never. Never, I was struggling, my story posted, had to face the book without the meta. And all of a sudden it's changing for me. Turn me around and it's crazy to see. All that I ever needed was a reason to give him my heart. Now the chain is released, I'm finally free. Yeah. I said we free. Finally free. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Finally free. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I said we finally free. Yeah, 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 yeah. Way more than your average Sunday service, is that real deliverance. Worship with my Brody Alexander, watching hell diminish. Yeah, Spirit of God on the mic and it's holy. Heavenly time and I'm taking it slowly. Life been sweet like Zach and Cody. Kid at the devil like I was a goalie. Ayy, finally free. Used to be blind, I can finally see. All of my pain and my hurt now turning to purpose. I live how he called me to be. Trying to see all of my brothers encounter the light when they facing the dark time. Cause I know that he good in the hard time. Lot of testimony in the archives. I was chained up till you came up. Lift your praise up if you changed up, yeah. I remember meeting God at the bottom. Dead in my sin, I resided inside him. Can't believe it that he chose me. Look past all my problems. backside. New man washed up, I'm baptized. Good God gave life to the bad guys. Everybody got a chance for freedom. Call out to the name of Jesus. Time to go tell the devil to leave. You gotta believe you finally free.
Heaven coming down, feeling like I made it. When you come around, feeling is amazing. Lay my burdens down, since you said you take it. I know I've been free. Heaven coming down, feeling like I made it. When you come around, feeling is amazing. Lay my burdens down, since you said you take it. I know I've been free. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna I know the answer is to walk it by faith. God, can you help me? Cause I need some change. I need your help. 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 I'm not where I'm supposed to be. 2000 ET. OC. They say if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. They said my time's wasted if I ain't chasing a bag. But Pops told me never chase nothing. Only here to lead lost souls to the kingdom, that's facts. I only focus on the kingdom and everything else that I need, I know it will attract. If I lose it all now, I know he'll bring it right back. I ain't worried about the cars or the clothes or the plaque. Even if I ball and count big stacks, I would never put that before you know I won't get attached. Cause that would never last though. You wrapped your arms around me like a lasso. You went and painted the picture Picasso. Oops, Picasso, you made my heart grow. A lesson I learned from the seed is it starts slow. Trust me, you gon' see the tree if you look close. Don't you know having faith is a substance of things that you don't see. But trust me, you gon' see the fruits of your labor. Trust in the king and my focus on laser. Walking in purpose, I'm blessed and I'm favored. I tried to go fall in love with the paper. Till you show me love that will never waver. No one can give me the food that you cater. Tried to move fast and regretted it later. Long as I'm focused on you and your truth, I know I'll get the fruits of my labor. They said if you ain't stacking guap, then you basic. They said my time's wasted if I ain't chasing that cash. Pop said the first gon' be last. You got everything you need right up in the kingdom, that's facts. I could teach you how to serve like that. Even the king will show love from the front to the back. It don't matter what you might lack. From the homeless on streets to the ones who got M's in a bag. Never too great to give back. Always quick to forget when you love everything that you have. No, that would never last though. You wrapped your arms around me like a lasso. You went and painted the picture Picasso. Oops, Picasso, you made my heart grow. A lesson I learned from the seed is it starts slow. Trust me, you gon' see the tree if you look close. Don't you know having faith is a substance of things that you don't see. But trust me, you gon' see the fruits of your labor. Trust in the king and my focus on laser. Walking in purpose, I'm blessed and I'm favored. I tried to go fall in love with the paper. Till you show me love that will never waver. No one can give me the food that you cater. Tried to move fast and regretted it later. Long as I focus on you and your truth, I know I'll see the fruits of my labor. Trust in the king and my focus on labor. Walking in purpose, I'm blessed and I'm favored. With the pill, you don't need love that will never waver. No one can give me the food that you cater. Tried to move fast and regretted it later. Long as I'm focused on you and your truth, I know I'll see the fruits of my labor.
EST. Wait, my plate. On my plate. Foot on gas until I hit the brake. Hit the brake. You made me, but I still make mistakes. Wake up, pray, brush my teeth, then I escape. Pray that your will be done on this day. Pray that your will be done on this day. Check my OOTD, put on my faith and leave. You could blow your horn at me, but I won't change my speed. Enemy tryna corner me, treat him like Curry 3. Know he gon' drop, turn my back, don't even gotta see. Mind, body, soul, keep it under control with the words that you wrote to me. Gone on the road, know it's under control. Long as I keep you close to me. Know wherever I go, when I'm lost, I remember the words that you spoke.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. All of you, those that are viewing by YouTube, those of you that are viewing by Facebook Live, and then as my friend Harold told me, he said, man, you don't shout out the radio people, so we're gonna clap it up for y'all tonight, man. We got a radio, we got a satellite radio audience that we do not send shouts out to because we're so caught up in what's in front of us. So we do apologize, but we thank y'all that are listening to the show via HOLC Radio. God bless you. Evangelist Smiley, we see you, sweetheart. Listen, man, I got my family in the studio on tonight. They back. Y'all already know what it is. It's a movie. We just don't matter. We can talk loud. Oh, okay. Y'all can't hear in the headsets? None of y'all? Okay. How about now? Testing, 1, 2. Hold up. Testing, 1, 2. Okay. You good? Okay, yeah. See, we get it right. We don't play no games. So we good. And it's hey Tiffany, we see you. God bless you. You miss us, we miss you too. Tell Daddy we said what's up. We love him. All of y'all in your respective places, man. We love y'all. We're gonna kind of get into it. We always open up with prayer, but tonight and every third Wednesday is sponsored by a Good Shepherd's Funeral Home. A Good Shepherd's Funeral Home and Cremation Services. And I do have the bosses in the house and those that make it all go round and happen. We have the Don of Delivery, Mr. Shepherd himself in here. You know what I'm saying? He makes it happen. You know, he's in the house on tonight. The beauty of the business, Miss Shepherd is here, and then the Queen of Quality is sitting right next to me, Miss Legend. So we got three the hard way right here, right now. If it don't go through them, it ain't going. You know what I'm saying? So get yourself ready, all right? If you want to see it happen, then you need to see one of these three. We shout out to Jerry, you know what I'm saying? We know he's somewhere. We love you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, let's see who can call Jerry. The Prince of Protocol, okay, the Prince of Protocol. So we shout out to him as well. And the whole Good Shepherd staff. Listen, we want to chop it up like we do, being informative, as well as epic, and you know, and let you know, intertwine with us on the night. We got a topic because there's a perception that goes on, and we want, and not only in the funeral business, even for churches. You know what I'm saying? This is a perception that is sometimes misconstrued. Love you too, Evangelist. Sometimes it's misconstrued, but we want to kind of just see, you know, whatever you say, what you say. There's no right or wrong answers. I should say that, I guess. But we're going to offer our opinions and our, you know, mindsets, and then y'all can chime in via call in or typing it on the screen, however you do it. Katrina, my family in Georgia, God bless you. Love you madly. Thank God for you, Carolyn Thomas. Bless you. Brother Reggie, first one, always on. You already know we love you too. So everything is good in the hood. Mystic, we love you, baby. Tamara, my daughter, I see that you're listening as well. So thank God for you tonight. All of y'all in y'all respective places. We're gonna pray, but the topic tonight is plazas versus standalones. Plazas versus standalones. And inquiring minds want to know, because some people, you probably passed by the plaza headed to the standalone because you under the conception that if you're going to get quality service and business that you need to get to a standalone place. We're going to chop it up. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. Missy got her phone now. She got but we're gonna chop it up. Let's be Frank style. So we're gonna pray, and I thank Missionary Wright. Oh my God, hey sugar. So I think we're gonna let Pastor Ledger lead us in a prayer, quick prayer to get us going, and we're gonna take off from there.
Kind Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you that this is still the day that you have made. We will always rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for this Let's Be Frank show. We thank you for everyone listening via radio, satellite, TV, Facebook, whatever platform you are on. We thank you. We bless you. We just ask God to keep you covered in this hour, Lord. As we delve into this subject, into this topic, let us agree to disagree. If there are any disagreements, Lord, let us leave this platform in love and unity. God, we thank you for Bishop Frank and his vision for this show. We thank you for all of our guests tonight, our engineer, Jay Lee's Eatery for this food, Lord. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. If we had 10,000 tongues, we could not thank you enough. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, amen, amen. So listen, okay, Latasha Mack and others that do sponsor the show, out of respect and because a good AGS, they sponsored tonight. I won't be doing a whole plug on y'all. I will do one for Jay Lee's Eatery because she supplied the food for every service, every show. So shout out to Jay Lee's Eatery that does the catering. And man, it'd be good. Listen, if you want to get at her, her number is 754-246-8726. Now, you gotta look. You keep your feelings to yourself. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm not trying to. I'm not targeting anybody. But if I hit you, then I ain't trying to miss you. Okay. But you sisters, you know, you single, and you know you don't know how to make them pots do what they do. And you trying to impress a brother, you don't need to look no further. You can hit up Jay Lee Eatery on Saturday or Friday, tell her you need a whole Sunday spread, you know, for Sunday. You could invite dude over and make like you cooked it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Let her hook up you some greens, some rice, and cabbage, however you want. Find out what he like. Find out what he, am I right, Shep? Yeah, find out what he like, because the weight of our heart is through our stomach a lot. Find out what he like. Ask him, what do you like as far as soul food, baby? And when he tell you, you know you ain't working like that. You know you ain't got the pots dancing like that. Hit up Jay Lee's Eatery. Tell her what you want. I'm telling you, she gonna put her foot in the pot. He gonna love you for it. Only thing, you gonna either have to learn how to cook, or you gonna have to let Jay Lee cook for you all the time for the rest of the duration of the relationship until you get the ring, and then you can tell the truth that you ain't been cooking the food. You know, so I ain't trying to teach you how to trap. I'm just saying, you know. So Jay Lee's Eatery, get out of 754-246-8726. But tonight is exclusively sponsored by AGS, Good Shepherd Funeral Home and Cremation Service. Mrs. Dwayne, Miss Victoria, and Miss Adrian Ledger, they doing their thing, man. And I'm telling you, that's why we gonna veer in this direction, because we know things to be different. So that being said, I propose, and I be coming off my dome when I'm doing the advertisements on the page, but I did ask the question that I wanted the audience to fill in and let me know, you know, what's their selection, I guess, first would be one, no particular order, but what's their preference, and do a lot of them pass by the plazas and the storefronts in belief that if I get to a standalone, then the quality gonna be better, the service gonna be better, and yada yada yada, all the stuff that goes on. So for me, knowing it to be different, I would like to know from y'all, I guess first, does that what makes the difference, and does that matter? Storefront or plaza? What are the advantages, disadvantages, if any? And what can we do to convince, or what are we doing to convince that, hey, it ain't got to stand alone? I guess I'm being partial already, so I'll digress. But talk to me, Mr. Shepherd. Talk to me.
Well, I first would like to just start off by saying that you have to know small beginnings are known as humble beginnings.
Correct.
And with that being said, you can't just look at just the facade of what you see on the outside. It's because what's really going on in the inside of it. The Bible does teach us about don't despise small beginnings. And granted, I understand, people have their ways. They may come out with a whole lot of money. They can go get a big building. They can do all this other stuff. And, hey, that might be that person's testimony. But when it comes down to the plaza, it's just a structure. It's what's going on inside of that building. I've seen places immaculate in plazas. You have some nice places when you go on the inside. It may not look the best on the outside, but when you go inside, man, it's really nice. And I can speak for myself. I'm one.
Come on, man.
I am the plaza, so, and I ain't ashamed of it. But you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna stay there, forever either. But if that's what's serving our purpose and our foundation, we're gonna lay on that foundation. I don't care if I had to start in a cardboard box. I'm just gonna make it right for my families. And that's just how I feel. Woo! When I come hard, I'm going to come strong.
Come on, man.
So the plaza is just a stepping stone. Okay. For us. It's a stepping stone for Good Shepherds. And it's just a way for us to be able to serve families. And granted, I went so even harder to even add other things to the plaza.
Right.
We have now our multi-purpose center.
Yes.
There's no funeral home right now that I can say in South Florida that we started out with the first reception hall that we'll be able to accommodate all of our families. Come on. You know what I mean? You got people that's been in the game for years, decades, and they become stagnant and complacent and don't think about different things that will go beyond the measure of that standalone building.
See?
But here I am as a young gent thinking about different ways on how to be able to serve, and I guess we kind of got a little stigma where people call us the one-stop shop. Hey. Because when you come to us, you getting T-shirts, you getting the repast, you getting the funeral, you getting everything. And pretty soon, if my wife let me and let's spend some money, I'll put a florist there.
See what I'm saying? Look,
I'm just being real.
Hey. And so this is to be true. This is to be true. Shout out to Dr. Bynes that's on, to Diane Wilson say that is right. Hey man, let me tell you something. The bulk of what you said, I mean, we're gonna let the ladies talk too. But Mr. Shepherd, man, you made a very valid point. It's the content. A lot of us get distracted by the cover, but the content is what matters. I know some nice, good-looking books, right? And when you get them to start to read, it's nothing on the inside. But they sold the book based on the cover. It looked like a great read, only for you to delve in there, and it was no substance to it. And I think people do themselves an injustice by not coming on the inside. Because I'm in the plaza too, you know what I'm saying? And, at one point, the whole stretch, the whole from one end to another was ours. You know what I'm saying? Now we simply got the church here. But when you're in a plaza, what people have to understand is that you can't really control what goes on outside. Right. That's the landlord's responsibility. Right. And you would hope that you got a well enough landlord that he would, do the landscape and keep it up, whatever, to that degree. But when you start to judge me and my business, you and your business, that judgment can't start until you get on the inside.
Right.
Once you cross that threshold, now let the meter start.
Correct.
And see how you handled. Are you being respected? Are you, this, that, and the third? So that was powerful within itself to say, it's what's going on the inside. And I don't want to seem like I'm throwing stones or bias, but I know some standalones, churches and funeral homes that folk don't want to fool with because they done fool with them. And it wasn't what it seemed. And everything was, chaotic. So, it's the content more so than the cover for me. EP, talk to me.
I think it's a misconception people have about standalone versus plaza businesses, storefronts. I think it's foolishness, actually, because you both have overhead, you both have rent or mortgage, you know what I mean? And you're both trying to make ends meet. And, we just can't say it enough. The building is not what's serving me.
Come on.
Right? It's the quality of the people when I get in there. I don't care how nice your place is. If I walk in Nordstrom's tonight and somebody is rude or does not acknowledge me, I don't care how bad I want something in there. It's just something in me, that a switch that turns off, and I cannot spend my money on it. I'm sorry. I can't.
Wow.
Poor customer service does not.
Don't matter how beautiful the store is, you don't care nothing about that.
I don't care about any of it. Wow. And Amos, God bless dead, will tell you we have walked out of many places if I felt that people treated us rudely or were inconsiderate towards us. Right. I'm not going for that, and I got to spend my money.
You spending your money. Absolute. Miss Shepherd, talk to me.
I think they pretty much nailed it. We just, kind of doing what we do to make it, I guess realistic for us being there in the plaza. Like Mr. Shepherd said, we're not going to stay there forever, but while we're there, we going to have to, kind of stay on the cutting edge. We're always coming up with new ideas. We're always doing things that others are not doing. We serving other people's families at our repair center. Every week we have other funeral homes, families calling saying, do you have availability at your repair center?
See what I'm saying?
Now here we are.
Right.
Your family, you done served them, and
Talk
y'all
about
don't have anywhere for them to eat, so they coming to the plaza.
And we ain't throwing stones. We just saying. You know what I'm saying? It's what you got to offer. My goodness.
Yeah. So and I had a lady call this week, and it was a big eye opener for me because she called and she said that her family had always used a particular funeral home, and ever since she had been a little girl. But she said something just told her, because she's in the Army and has a family member getting ready to transition, and she said something just told me to go on Google. She said, because I haven't been there in quite some time. She said, so I went on Google. She said, in the reviews y'all got, I haven't seen no other funeral home in the community with the reviews y'all got. She said, and when I called you and spoke to you on the phone, the fact that you're willing to call the cemetery for me because you understand I'm overseas. You even told me that you would go to the store and pick up my grandmother's items for me, so when I get across, she's done. Like, the way you're willing to accommodate me, I see why y'all reviews are the way that they are. She's like, I'm sold. When my grandmother expires, I'll be calling you back.
Wow. See,
so that's what.
That's true.
That's the customer service that I look for when I go somewhere.
And so here's a word to the wise. Then you can have the standalone or whatever, and not have the service to support it.
Right.
And you can miss all of the service to support what you got by judging, again, the storefront of the plaza. It's what we do. And it's how you do it. Yeah. Because some people, they a lot of people, they doing what y'all doing, but they're not doing it like y'all doing it. And as Miss Ledger said, man, if you spending your money, you should not have to tolerate bad service. You should not have to go through whatever somebody think, this is my beautiful place and you ought to be glad to be here. No, you ought to be glad that I came here. And that's what Dr. Bynes say. I know some folk with great buildings, but have no vision beyond the building. Right. Some people have been able to visualize, thank you, Dr. Bynes, some people have been able to visualize what they want their business to look like, and they done put so much emphasis on what the business is supposed to look like, and they lost track of what the business is supposed to be. Yeah. So you got a beautiful edifice, it looks great, but you ain't got nothing on your service. Yeah. And I think that's a great problem. And then he said the issue is that we are traditionally taught to place more emphasis, here we go, on the external rather than the internal. That sums it up right there. We must awaken to the fact that it all should start with what's internal, because that is essentially eternal. Woo! And when you think about it as well, and I'll pass the mic, but when you think about it as well, all real good things, they start from within. Right. And you know, you can look good in your body and be full of cancer. Yeah. You know, you can have a sickness, and so it's the internal that should represent the external and provide that way for eternal, like you say, longevity. The business gonna last because Miss Shepherd, when people can call and get that type of service, everybody ain't going beyond the call or do that. Some people will tell you quick, that ain't my job. That ain't our service. You should be glad. No, you should be glad that you met somebody that's able to do such a thing. So I think with that being said, we have to be careful of how we move. I know even with churches, and that's me. I mean, y'all can talk funeral better than me, but church, you got a lot of nice churches, but ain't no spirit there. Ain't no Holy Ghost there. Ain't no. So it's just a freestanding building. People go to, people sit, people do what they do, but it's not it's not the same. And so, I visited some churches that were nice buildings, felt nothing, endured, tolerated, but felt nothing. Watch the clock, when it's gonna be over. And then I went into some hole in the walls, and the Spirit tore the place up. Deliverance, healing, all types of things. And so, as Dr. Bynes say, man, you can miss what's for you, and that's a whole nother that can stem out way further than what we talking about. But you can miss what God really have for you, or what was intended for you, by being an external judge. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir. I would say we're in an era that people are focused more into the theatrics of things. I mean, granted, I know we want to keep people's attention and focused and all that stuff, but as far as having substance, and having a good foundation, I mean, I can't stress.
See, now you're pulling on quality right now. You know what I mean?
I could put on a good show, but besides that, what does your loved one look like? What type of merchandise? Are we being honest? Do we have integrity when we sit in front of these families and just think that, hey, I'm just going to take advantage because I'm trying to make $1? Granted, we all have bills. We all have the quarters that we have to make, and meet. We got staff. We got payroll. We have all these things, but are we being solid when it comes down to, making sure that we do what's right concerning the people? Because that's still a ministry. When you're serving, you're still serving people. You're still serving God's people. No matter if it's, if you're selling candy, whatever it is, you still have a moment where you still have to do right by people. And it's a way to do things. And I just say that we have to drive. I always tell my people, man, those reviews is just not made up. We ain't paying nobody to make up reviews. We live that every day. When we wake up, it's about serving. And that's what it's going to always be for me. It's going to always be out. We can put on the singing and all that other stuff, but everything else is about the quality of how we serve people, man.
we're gonna take a musical break right quick, but we coming back and we're gonna deal with that part, the preparation, because a lot of us, our loved ones in their transitioning in that last minute, in that exodus, that should be presented, I think, and maybe I'm over the top, but I think it should be presented as the best exodus ever, because that's the last aspect. So, and you can't trust that to anybody, but I don't want to do it right now. We're going to go to the musical break, and then we're going to come back and let Mr. Shepard and Miss Ledger and Miss Shepard tell us about what goes into the preparation and why that's essentially important. And you can't just trust anybody to prep your people.
Lord, I owe you. Oh, Lord, I owe you. I owe you my life. Lord, I owe you. Oh, Lord, I owe you. I owe you my life. Lord, I owe you. Oh,
Okay, we're back. So we left off, we was talking about the quality care, and there were a couple of comments. Well, one I'm gonna read. I was sharing during break with Mr. Shepard that what made me a believer and a fan of AGS was that I've entrusted them with friends and family, and for me, that transitioning out, one thing we got to understand is that, we've all pilgrimage. None of us were made to be here to stay here. One thing about life is that you can't get out of it alive. And so, that day coming, for everybody. But with my family members and friends that I entrusted, I was sharing with you, Mr. Shepard, and I'm saying it on the air, but I'm saying it to your face. I appreciated just the preparation that y'all provided. And I caught you straight coming out the block. You know what I'm saying? You was fresh. Not even a year under your belt. You hadn't been doing interning with other people, but with your own, you didn't even have a complete year under your belt, and yet your quality was superb from day one. And that's just beautiful within itself. The Bible talks about a good host. He'll give you the good stuff. First talking about the liquor or the wine or whatever. They give you the good stuff first. I'm in the book now. Y'all don't judge me. This when Jesus turned the water to wine.
Yes, sir.
Then he told Jesus, you ain't say, a good host give you the good stuff first.
Right.
Then when everybody get drunk, he push bad on you. You see what I'm saying? So, but you have saved the best for last. And so I can say that to you. You put good stuff out when you first came out, and you still providing good stuff. By now, you could be trying to cut corners and all of that, but you ain't doing that, because I done 5, 6 bodies with you, people that I love, and everyone has been the same. I want to read what Mystic said concerning your services and your prep. She said, I stand 10 toes down with AGS all day long. They were there for me at the most difficult times in my life, emotionally and physically. They cared for my loved ones as they would care for their own. That speaks volume in those most vulnerable moments. Although you're a part of the team, you help with services and all that you do, but you have been a recipient of AGS good service. More than once. And I know you ain't just making this up, but talk to me. What you like about y'all?
Well, it's a poor frog that doesn't praise his own pond, and what we say over there, we believe green. Okay, it's AGS green all the way. But I definitely, and most of you know, or some know, that I recently funeralized my husband. And when I tell you, I mean, it was really, really hard to cry at that time because everything was so beautiful. And I worked there, but everything was just so exceptionally done on a level. I was like, where does Chef keep getting these ideas? How did he know? How did he do? And they hid it from me. Like, they didn't want me to see. They didn't want me to know. I had no idea, about the setup he did and until I got there. So everything was like raw and real, and my response is what they got, right?
So that wasn't your request?
No.
Talk to me now.
I was out of my mind. For my husband, I was out of my mind. I was like, Shep, y'all have to make the decisions. Make them based on what you know I would do, because they know me, right?
Right.
Just
That's
a boss
important.
relationship. We're friends, right? But when I tell you he hit the ball out of the park, and it really gave me a front row experience of what our families feel and see, because they don't know. You know what I mean? Right. They don't come in there requesting a specific pink flower background. They might give us an idea, but it's always going to be more than what they thought they would see or what they would get. Right. So then it's like y'all did
creativity.
So how you crying when you're doing this every second? You know what I mean? It's not until later you think about it, like,
Right.
But just to expound on what Misty said, people now probably see me with Misty or around Misty from time to time. They would think I've known Misty for years. Right. I didn't know Misty. When I met Misty? When she on a funeral, right? When she brought her mother to us. That's when I met Misty, and we connected, and that's how we are with our families. We're not just for the funeral, and after that,
that's it. No.
We don't see you, we don't talk to you. No, we're like they leave there telling me I'm their cousin, right? Yeah. These my cousins.
Wow. I thought Missy growed up in Hollywood with you or something. Are you serious?
I'm serious. She'll tell you. She will tell you.
What you say?
And not just Missy, countless. I see people, Miss Ledger, hey, Miss Ledger. I be like, hey, cuz. And might not even remember him at the time, but I know if they call me Miss Ledger, it's from, right.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Down of Delivery in the house. Down of Delivery, funeral home services. Mr. Shepherd himself. Creativity, productivity. You can't go wrong. I'm telling you. You can't go wrong. Who is y'all know this person? Casual Transport. I talk about them too. They did my dad excellent job.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, this is Alex Caston.
Oh, okay, of course.
Alex. See what I'm saying? Hey, and these are live reviews. These are live testimonies. Ain't nobody paid nobody off to say this what it was. This is from my voice to the media, your voice, Mystic typing, and Alex. Man, it is what it is. Right. So Ms. Shepherd, what are some of the things that you consider when you doing preparation for a family? Like, give me insight on how you come, because you come correct.
He's the visionary for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how you don't give your whole game up?
I can't give everything.
Because trust this now. Trust this. They watching.
Oh man.
And they coming back. They may not be right now. They're just whispering.
Yeah.
But we showed the circle, right?
I can't get a playbook.
So don't get a playbook.
Main thing is you gotta pay attention to detail. You gotta pay attention to detail. You gotta be able to study. Along with my funeral director and embalmer, we put time and energy into everything, not just when it comes down to the prep room. We putting that time and energy into that program. Everything that's the full aspect of a service, we're not just going to just pass it on and just like, oh, we're going to just give them mediocre. No, we're going to try to go over and beyond, and we pay attention to detail. They have a favorite color. We're going to try to make sure that it's a specific shade of that color. True. Like, what? Come on, give me Future. You want Future, mama? Okay, no, I need y'all to go ahead and let's go try to go into the futures or whatever. We need to make sure we're going to give a little glitz and glamour to the future. Like,
so
you gotta
if you want pink, sorry for cutting y'all, but you can say you want pink, but you want to know, do you want hot pink?
Yeah, hot pink.
Light pink?
Yes, sir.
See, that's more for y'all.
You pull up the pink, show it to us so we can go and let me get my floors on the phone.
Come on, man.
So we can match up accordingly, make sure that the nails, all of that, has to be up to their expectations.
Disadvantage, well, because we talked about disadvantage and advantages of Plaza storefront versus the standalones, and just suggesting that the standalones are established and been established longer than the storefront in the Plaza. Disadvantage that just was dropped in my spirit is they got a lot going on. So when you say pink, all they're gonna do is give you pink. They're not gonna go into selections and all of that. When you get to the Plaza, the storefront, and we trying to do what we do, this is what you get. This type of quality that we put into our stuff. We're not just trying to get you out the way. We're trying to make a statement through you.
Right. Mr. Shepherd will stress us clean out.
That's what
so quiet.
He will go off on anybody about these families. He will go off on the florist. He will go off on, I'm not just a director. I'm also a client. I'm a family. I bring my loved ones to him. He will go off on anybody about the details. If they're not right, it's not going to happen.
And sometimes people think you being mean, but you just being a perfectionist, and that's all right, because they say, well, you ain't got to be that. No, the Bible talks about spirit of excellence. Everything you do, you should do decent and in order. So when you find somebody that can, and I think you said when we were off, you was like, we feel the family, what the family feel, or something of that nature. I think that's important, man, because when you, God forgive me, we're not bashing standalones, all right? So let's put that out there. We're not bashing standalone, and it's some good ones,
right?
Nonetheless, sometimes you could try to do something so savvy, and go that route and miss your blessing, because again, they trying to get you in and out,
right?
Whereas we trying to feel you and get you to understand that you came to the right place. So I think for anybody that's interning, I'm going to turn it over to you, but I think for anybody that's interning and trying to get to where you are, you just gave some nuggets. You talked about energy. You talked about time. So for the one that's listening, that's trying to get their mortician license and all of that, you just heard from somebody that's doing it, that's in the thick of it, that if you ain't got the time and the energy, you already hustling backwards. If you trying to do it quick, if you trying to make a quick dollar, and see, that's some other stuff you can delve on too, that we like, when the money coming, the money ain't coming right away. You know what I'm talking about? So, go ahead, EP, I'm sorry.
Exactly. And on the note you made about not bashing standalones, of course we're not. And we want to get to a standalone building.
They better not let us get in one.
We will. We are going to get in one. Come on.
They better not let it.
But guess what? We're not going to lose ourselves, and we're not going to lose the quality and the integrity of our business once we get in one.
I'm coming harder.
The goal is to,
harder,
right.
Even in the building.
Right.
Just give me more room.
The vision that he has for that standalone.
Bananas.
Raw,
over with,
like the kids say.
Raw.
And don't you tell nobody.
No.
Don't tell nobody. Keep it in your mind. When they know about it, let them see it. Right. Don't let them hear about it. Let them see it. Because I've been a victim of sharing. Yeah. And boy, I done been robbed on so many ends. Just sharing with who I thought was safe and whatnot, only to look up and boom, there you go. Mm-hmm. What happened? Oh yeah, I was just trying. You could come in with you. Joke, I told you what the lick read. You ain't know nothing about. Okay, all right. So, but no, that's what's good. Christine, Fernanda, hey, how you doing? What else you want to add, sweetheart?
I think it was Mr. Shepard.
Was it Mr.
Shepard?
You wanted to say something? You sure?
Agent said be quiet.
Oh, wow. Agent told you to be quiet. Wow.
Talk about the detail part of the work that we have to, aspect part of that, Miss Ledger.
So, of course, when we get a new case, for instance, the secretary or Mr. Shepard will make an appointment for me as the director to sit with the family. Okay. So I take detailed notes in our folders about, the service time, colors they prefer and all this stuff. Okay. Then we are a well-oiled machine. So after I've done all the arrangements, discussed, casket selection, done all of that part, right? Okay. Give them the information they need, instructions about bringing in clothing and the program details. Then it's turned over to who most families recognize quickly is Jerry, our general manager. Okay. So then he is the one that's going to make sure the family stays on task as far as getting the items in. Of course, they'll be speaking to the secretary, our office administrator, that's Miss Tashia at the front desk. Families love her. They're always interacting with her, calling her for different things. But Jerry is going to make sure that everything's in for the family to have the service they want to have when they want to have it, right? Okay. Mr. Shepard handles the money part, and of course, Mr. Shepard, as the visionary, is over everything, right? Mm-hmm. So he's going to come in and possibly change everything that was done or get to the nitty-gritty of what people want and give them more than they expected and give Mrs. Shepard gray hairs when she's writing out these checks and paying these vendors because Mr. Shepard had another idea.
Planting them seeds. You don't plant no seeds, you can't get no harvest.
Can't get no harvest.
I'm trying to train her now.
And that's what he preaches to us as a firm,
right,
about these things and always, imparting in us wisdom. And it is biblically based wisdom or encouraging words of why he is the way he is and where he wants us to be, where we're striving toward. And, you can't do anything but respect that. So
I know it's frustrating at the time when this is happening. I know I saw it as Pastor Legend was talking. I saw it being frustrating. I saw that. But in the final analysis, do you find yourself saying, "Oh, I see what he was talking about now"?
Come on, let me hear it.
Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, don't take that on.
So are you guys asking me to say?
Come on, Sister Shepard, and testify.
Yeah, we, I mean, if that's the truth, put that out there. Put that out there.
Sometimes.
Hey, you know what, Chef? Come on, man. We gonna clap it up. Elder Hayes, what's going on, man? We gonna clap it up on that part right there because that's admittance. So talk
the
to
thing
me.
is, because I know where he's trying to get, I understand it on both ends, but I believe that he has me in position to deal with the finances because I also know where he's trying to get to. Okay. So when he comes to me and this is the goal, I have to try to keep him on track to get to that goal. Okay. So my thing is always, and it's no shade for families or anybody else, but I look at the amount of money that the cemeteries bring in, right? Mm-hmm. And I always dissect that these people are just opening a hole, putting a vault in it, closing it up, laying the dirt. That's it. Mm-hmm. $7,000 or $8,000.
Wow.
But then the family will leave the cemetery and understand there is no payment plan. There is no let me pay you later. There is no discount. They go out there and gracefully pay that. But then they will come to any funeral home, not just one or the other, and they will come in with a budget of $5,000 and they want us to help them see Mars. And that's hard. So it's like I have to try to reel them in. Yes, it's to make an impression, but I do believe that the reason I do what I do is, hey, let's come get this pre-need now. Let's come get this insurance now. So now you can come to the funeral home that's gonna give your loved one the best care. I mean, he's even implemented the deceased getting manicures. They're getting their nails and feet done and all this kind of stuff. You're not getting that anywhere else. So if you want this treatment, I think that we as a people have to get conditioned to paying for what we want. Because when we go somewhere, that's what we do. If I go in somewhere, we go into a store and we see it and we want it, we're going to pay for it. You're not going into, Nordstrom's and saying discount. I don't even think they have discounts in there.
Right.
So you're going to get what you pay for. So that's kind of where me and him always kind of clash, because it's like, I understand you want to give this, but the family also got to give us something to work with. If they can go pay $8,000 over there, why do they need to come over here and try to pay $4,000 and we got to go to Mars? I mean, we don't mind taking you to Mars. Okay. We just need you to make sure.
Help us get you there.
We don't mind taking you there. But that's kind of
do your part. You know what I mean?
That's where me and him kind of the rubber meets the road sometimes.
So. Okay. Well, that's understood. That's understood. Is there anything that you would like for families? If there was one thing that you would like for families to understand that seemingly they don't understand, what would it be?
Get insurance. My God.
Get insurance.
If you don't do nothing else, get some insurance. Because you know what? Because of the type of firm that we are, it hurts us, like really hurts us when the families come sit to our tables and they don't have it. That's a hurtful thing. It's almost like doctors. I always tell people can't be doctors or teachers if you don't have a heart for it. This industry is not for everybody, because for some firms, it's just about the money. But for us, we truly care what happens with these families. When they come in and they're crying or they're struggling, you should see us pulling together trying to figure out what can we do to help them.
Wow.
I'm going to give you a casket that we got here just to help you put your mom in the ground.
Wow.
But that's why I'm out here doing what I'm doing, because on a flip note, whether it's our table, somebody else's table, I don't want you to sit at anybody's table and have to go in and say something happened and I don't have the money.
Wow.
Like, if that's one thing,
that's the one thing. Insurance. Okay. Give me something else. What is something in dealing with families at the funeral home, in the prep part of it? In general, we got insurance. What is something that you feel like a lot of families need to understand that they don't, and you can plug them in right now?
I think families definitely need to understand first that we need to speak about death. We need to speak about final arrangements. We need to speak about where documents are.
Have
we need
the conversation.
Speak about, right, even to children, right? We need to find out the laws. Once one person passes away, who is legally in charge?
Y'all got insurance. Now we talking about discussion.
Correct.
Okay,
we
come
have
on.
to discuss it. Try to establish trust. Hire an attorney. Have an attorney that you can call. My children, I gave them his business card. They have it in their phones. If something happens to me, especially in light of what we just went through, which our stuff, thank God, Amos and I had already had, planned out what is what. But my children need to know, because if something happens to me, they need to know who to contact. This attorney already has our information. This attorney already has the trust information. Right. This attorney will tell you what to do and, produce the necessary documentation for you to be able to get my bank accounts closed and the money taken out. You cannot go to the bank with a death certificate if you're not on that account. That account has to go in probate. You can't just go and say so-and-so died, I need the money out. They're not going to give you the money.
And when it go on probate, what's the what?
That could take years.
Wow.
And you still need an attorney.
Wow.
But people don't know.
A minimum $3,500 to even start a probate.
Anything. Yeah. Correct.
Wow. So how is it? I mean, because I know people that have tried to have a conversation that you talking about with their kids or their spouse, and they say, I don't want to talk about it. We ain't finna be talking. I don't want to talk about no death. You think about it. Some people just don't want to have that conversation because they don't want to vision losing the person. So they're like, no, I don't want to talk about it. What advice?
Guess what? Somebody's going to lose somebody. You're going to lose the person. Death is sure. It's going to happen. Whatever time that is, it could be long, it could be short, but it's going to happen. So right? So you shouldn't be, we always so caught off guard. Why are you so caught off guard that somebody died? You should be caught off guard maybe that they died the way they died or the timing that they died, but the fact that they died shouldn't catch you off guard. Like you should, especially if you have a spouse or children, especially minor children that need to be taken care of. You need to have things in place. It's just too important.
I'm going to say this just because spiritually wise, we have to also keep in mind and be just mindful that we are living in our last days.
Yes, believe it.
And what we thought that as far as people being able to just live out a term, it ain't happening like how it used to be where grandma and them used to say, you know, Jesus on his way coming back. So that might be 20, 40 years, you know, granted, whatever. But nowadays, I'm almost sounding like God doing his rapture right in front of our eyes. I'm talking about I'm seeing young, old type people that you would never think that would actually be transitioning is happening. So you got to have this conversation straight up because you never know. You can be here today and go tomorrow. You could be here an hour and go the next hour. So it's important, it's vital to have the conversation because if you cared enough for your family members, you will want them to know these things in place.
And it makes it so much easier, right?
It's so much easier. I've had people fight during arrangements. They want to start shooting outside during arrangements because siblings don't agree or the spouse. If I told y'all some of the stories, I could write about a book about that.
We need a real like a reality TV show or something. What's up for people to really see behind the closed doors or what really be going on and how they just go back and forth at each other.
Become so divided. You know, they are literally sitting in a funeral mad, and that's a hurting thing to be sad, mad, broke, unprepared. That's a whole lot to deal with.
Right.
During
I
that
just
time.
sent y'all a clip. It was funny. Y'all thought.
Yeah.
Family, right? It was where the lady, her little brother died, and what she wanted.
Pissed off.
She was pissed off.
Her name went in that program.
Her name went in the program. But see, these are because you can't actually prepare your program before you go right. Who you want to do what shit in case they still, you know what I'm saying? You can do that.
And plug out to Miss Shepherd. She's gone so far to create a planner where you can write all of this stuff down.
Hallelujah.
You can write everything.
Got it. Mama got it too. Mama got hers. Hallelujah.
No excuse for it.
I'm telling you, shout out to that.
No excuse
for it. So I mean, we really some Pastor Leslie just said is important. Is that you gotta have the conversation. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's inevitable.
Yeah.
And so I would say to parents that are in control of their kids, you got younger kids, and you say, "Well, I don't want to talk about it because they in their teens, whatever. And they don't want to have to force them to have the conversation. Make them understand that this is life. This is what life is all about. Being able to have these discussions. You got older kids or whatever. I don't know. I mean, maybe get a planner. You know what I'm saying? From Miss Shepherd and put everything in there and call them over and hand it to them. Yeah. Tell them, hey, keep this is the information you're going to need. Put it in a safe place. If they don't want to talk, you ain't got to talk. You can write it down. Everything you want, hand it to them. Prayerfully, they'll follow that. I shout out to my mama. You know, because we were that type. That's why I can talk about it too. Because me, Chevin, we just didn't want to have it. Every time she tried, like, come on, man, you ain't finna die. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to. And she at one point, like, look, we finna have this conversation. Because I ain't getting no younger and all that there, that's selfish. Right. Where you just don't want to know, you know. And I can remember having the conversation when she had it with me. I remember crying, you know, I'm like, mama trying to punk a joke. You know what I'm saying? You got me sitting here crying, you know, with this discussion, but I'm so glad we had it because now I know where things is, what's supposed to be, and you just really gotta do that, man. But I'm thankful that y'all have provided some insight, and I will probably, if anybody want to call and give us, because we did ask early on, hey, what do you feel would be your best bet? And nobody's gonna judge you. Ella Hayes, whoever you want to call in and tell me what way you gonna go. If you have to handle a service for a family member, would you select the standalone over a Plaza? And whatever you would select, why? Or does that matter if you want to do that? If not, we won't keep chopping it up. But I think we made the presentation that you can't judge the content by the cover. And AGS has proven this over and over and over and over again. You got real life testimonies that's talking about the service that they provide in a Plaza, like me. You know what I'm saying? You got folks that's loving what AGS do because it's not about the building. Right. It's about the service and the quality of service. And that stems too now, we could touch on it, by having the appropriate people in place. Am I right about it? Right. But you can't have somebody with an attitude dealing with your families. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave that to chance. So, how's that handled? Somebody come in, because I know a lot of emotions are flying, and you have different people handling different things. If a family go off on a person, what is the instructions that's given to the staff in order to maintain their calm? What are some of the things that are said? I'll be honest, sometimes we've gone so far to try to mediate certain things before we even have to go to the staff to let them know what's going on. Myself, Ms. Ledger, we try to get the family on the same page to tell them, hey, we can't, first of all, we ain't going in this church disrespecting, we ain't doing this, we ain't gonna do that. And then if it just gets to that point, we have to probably get BSO in place and all that. There's measures that we have to do it. And then we also let our staff know, hey, this is what's going on. Pookie them, they showing out. You need to look for this. You need to call me on speed dial. This is what's going on. Call Ms. Ledger or whatever. They even going to, I just fussed them out the other day. Hey, don't shut no viewing down. Don't shut no viewing down if they showing up. But at the same time, we still got to come back to the table to talk about that, because it's like, hey, I understand why they may have to do it, because you just got some people just gonna just do their own thing, man. So we have our methods and our things in place where, if it does get to that point, but our staff does know what it takes. Ms. Shepherd, Ms. Ledger?
We have regular meetings with the staff. We have rehearsals, so to speak. And it's always driven, how to act or how to present yourself. Communication, what to do, what not to do in this, whatever scenario. And of course, anything can happen that's different than something that we're used to, but you know who to call. There's protocol, right? To follow. And that's what they do. And we are always mindful that families are grieving, and grief just shows up differently in different people, right? Some are angry, some are sad, some are crying, some are cussing. You know what I mean? Grief just shows up differently. And we, as the staff or the professionals, we can't wear our feelings on our sleeve. We can't be easily triggered. We can't be, you know what I mean? So we always have to go the extra mile just to be a listening ear if a person is very irate, or, try to befriend them, take them aside so as not to be a disruption or a distraction to the service, because the service is going to go on, right? We have a time period to meet. The service is going to go on. So you come here, little grumpy, sit by me, and I'm going to talk to you. We're going to get some little snacks, and you tell me why you're upset, right? And, we'll share some stories, maybe pray, whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. But would you pull a staff member, Mr. Shepherd, if they showed up, you get ready to do a funeral, and they seem like, they wasn't on point, but they telling you they got it, but maybe you say good morning, or maybe there's a snap in the response or whatever? Would you, would you entrust them still to be
professional, or would you make that judgment and say, you know what, you seem a little...
You see how Mr. Shepherd
you
looking?
know,
I don't have to deal with that now. They come in there, when they knock that door, they know they come in, hey, whatever's on the outside,
leave it out there.
Leave it out
And
there.
Jerry
Letter
will
tells
get
you
them
that
too.
all the time.
Hallelujah.
It's
will
about
get
the
them.
family.
Really?
What?
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
Jerry will come from home to get somebody together on the funeral.
See,
that
this
has
is
the
the
attitude.
insight this is the insight that y'all need when you start talking about making a decision. You coming in late, so I'm not all the way caught up, but I'm still listening, trying to understand the topic. We trying to figure out what's your preference, if I may, over funeral services. Let's just start there. Funeral services, what's your preference? Would you rather deal with a standalone building, or a funeral home that's got a standalone building, or a funeral home in a plaza, and why? Whatever selection you make, we wanted to know why. Why would you do that, or does it matter? You know, so those are some of the questions that we asked tonight. But thank you for tuning in, though, Elder. Yeah, so that's good, because you look, man, people are already going through.
Right.
So I don't need you, who's supposed to be helping me, going off on me. And so I can, this is the stuff that people need to understand and know, that when you get AGS, you got this guarantee. We're going to rock with you. We're going to get you, and everybody testify. I got my own testimony that, hey, we're going to make it as comfortable as possible, because this is our bereaving. So we don't need to add nothing to it. We don't need to add nothing to it.
And they have to be in good spirits, because our lady attendants serve.
Oh, yes.
They don't just bring you to the church in a limousine, get you out at the church and go stand in the back or hang out outside. Those ladies serve. Mm-hmm. They serve. I've seen them on other people's funerals itching to get out of their seat, because
it ain't doing right.
It ain't going
the women
right.
in the back and the family crying, falling out, and I have to tell them, this is not our funeral. Sit down. Hello.
Wow.
They've been on other services and have wanted to help, because the family is just like up there caring for themselves. So our ladies serve, and if they don't come in, and even the men, if they don't come in and they're not in the best spirits, most of the time though, they will tell Jerry before time, like, hey, I can't, and he'll replace them. And that's one thing that I do love about the staff. If they know they got a lot going on and they can't do it, they won't even come, because they know the level in which we serve, and that's everybody that we have.
I want to put that out there, man, because I've also, and again, I wouldn't dare call a name, but I've also dealt with, before just turning all my stuff over or recommending AGS, I've been a part of dealing with a particular funeral home, and the people, one of the members, had a bad thing going on, and I mean, they just went off on the family, and it got the blows, cause y'all agree, but I ain't with, and wait a minute, where's the compassion? I understand nobody wants to be disrespected, but you just said it. You got to have a heart for this business, and sometimes that means being able to take what you wouldn't normally take outside of the service, outside of the funeral service. Now, you met me, and that's something different. Right. But because I'm trying to get you to where trying to get to, then I can compromise, condescend, whatever you want to call it. I can dummy me down to help you, and it's not that serious. And they didn't handle that like that. I mean, they gave the smoke that was due, and trust. It made bad for the business. There was other people that remembered that when they had something and somebody suggested in the room, oh, go at them, and they was like, oh no, remember when? Yeah, no, because if it go down this time, somebody getting shot. That type of stuff. So it's essentially important that you find somebody that can provide quality service and understand that it's you that matter most in this hour. We don't even have the luxury to feel what we feel. Our job now is to feel what you feel and make that comfortable. And I'm just gonna clap it up for Good Shepherd in that position. We got like 9 minutes before we give away and do what we do. But Thurman Hayes he said it don't matter. It don't matter. and you can expound, but I think it don't matter because we're talking about the quality, and sometimes that's found the perfection is found in the plaza and not in the standalone. You know what I'm saying? I get a T-shirt with that, perfection in the plaza. Yeah, man. You know, we do something like that. Cal said it doesn't matter. It's more of the quality of the business, meaning the kind of service that they're giving, so it can be in the plaza building. It's quality over everything. I think that's the point that we want to try to make on tonight. Alex say, I don't think it matters. It's the professional service that this firm renders to the family. Again, another testimony.
But I will say this, because this is like a real thing. Yeah. You know, it is a real thing, and not often, but we do experience this. Like, just say families that might say, oh, you know, they might not even give it a shot. They'll go to the standalone and then regret that they didn't stay when they came. So it is a real thing. You know, for us, we don't go through it a lot, but it's real, you know, and you have to just I always tell families, hey, you know, when they call and they get called to get a quote or whatever they're calling, go with your heart, go with what you feel, the connection that you feel when you go in to meet the people or see the facility or whatever may have you, know, so it's a real thing. Like, it's something that's real, and people are not worried about. To be honest with you, Bishop, people sometimes will go with the standalone and they don't care what grandma look like. They just want to know grandma over in the standalone. They don't even care. Go in and you can't even tell who grandma is. But they rather deal with that to be in a standalone building.
Yeah, see, that's a hard no for me.
Yeah, it's a hard no for me too.
That's a hard no for me, man. You ain't no way we finna. Is that us? That's New Creature. Okay. Yeah, there. Oh, somebody calling in. Oh. Okay. Hold on. My bad. I think I got you, L. Hayes. Engineer, I need you. L. Hayes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I got you. See, I know I can run this stuff, man. All right, so got L. Hayes on. Talk to me.
Bishop, listening to what y'all were talking about, I have to agree with Kevin Thomas. I prefer quality over quantity. It doesn't matter if you're a standalone building or in the shopping plaza. As long as I get the quality that I'm looking for.
Absolutely.
That's more important than a quantity. That's more important than just putting on a show. I'm not here for a show. I'm here for a service, and as you say, I want to get what I pay for. But yes, you have to plan ahead and make sure you're in proper standing.
Absolutely. We received that. That's kind of where we at. You know, it don't matter. We talked about the judging the content by the cover, and sometimes we make a mistake by going with the standalone. And nothing against it, because we all trying to get there. But if that quality don't match the building, you done messed up. You know what I'm saying? You can have a beautiful building and horrible service, and you trapping basically. You know, you running traps. So thank you for your input, LA's.
All right, no problem. We'll just one more comment real quick.
Go ahead,
What's the point of looking good on the outside if you have nothing to really offer on the inside?
I'm just being frank.
Come on, man. You the man. All right, LA.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. All right, it's 9:25. We say we wrap it up about 9:30, so we got 5 minutes to, we can take some calls, or we can just give y'all, a little more of what we have to offer as far as the services, and then we can do our money giveaway. But I'll fall back and let y'all make the decision. Talk to me, P.
Take it away, Mrs. Shepherd.
Make it do what it do.
Mr. Shepherd probably have something more he can say.
I got a little point, and I'm just going to say it like
this.
Make
the point,
I've learned to always take on things that I've never done before, because growth and comfort does not coexist. So I'm gonna always try to see what I can perfect to be better, and not just get stuck in what I think I might know already, and I'm good, Bishop good with how we serve. No, man, I need to go to that next place so that I can overserve. I have a philosophy that I say now. I had a quota, say we serve families beyond expertise, whatever. But I added to that now because it's families are our priority, but we serve beyond the expectations of the family because they may come in, they get our service and everything else. But I want them to go to the next level and let them say, man, dang, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting fans. I wasn't expecting the cars to have candy inside for my breath and water and this and that. So we're doing other things. So I keep evolving. And that's what I try to instill into my people as well, that we always think of different things that we can try to just add, always continue to add, because there's going to always be somebody that's going to watch what you're doing. And when they see they can model and follow what you're doing, y'all the same.
Wow.
Y'all offering the same thing. Your program look alike, the flower look alike. The body may not look good, but they trying to mimic what they see, you know what I mean? But at the same token, I'm trying to. That's why when they try to figure out one thing, I'm on something else. I'm on something else. Why you think you done copy the clothes that we wearing? Have it.
Yeah.
The decorating and all that. We doing something else. I'm on something else. You can have that. I'm gonna retire.
I love it.
Straight up.
Cause that's how I think. Right there. Get it. That's the path. We're going. Hey,
I see it on Facebook. I see the
delivery, y'all.
I see it. We ain't calling no names, but I see the marking.
Yeah, man. Straight up. It happened. It happened straight Xerox. You ain't real. Oh my God. Copycats. Okay. Y'all better leave us alone now. Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't mind. And guess what? We don't even mind setting the trend. But you copycatters don't even do the respect or do benevolence of, I pull this from over here. Even if you pull it, add something to it. Make it your own. Don't do it just like me and then act like that's your idea.
Bishop.
Copycat.
If you don't mind.
Talk.
One of the things that we just recently did was an all-ladies service. I ain't come up with that.
I saw that.
My good friend out of South Carolina, he's doing well. Young brother. Aspiring funeral director and everything else. I'm like, man, this joker got all women on this service. Like, what's going on with this? So, so we tried it. And the moment that we did it, we got good feedback and everything. Right. But here's the point where I put icing on the cake. I ain't put it out there like I came up with that.
Come on.
I made sure I acknowledged.
And you getting props now. Absolutely.
Inspired by Brian Myers out of South Carolina.
Come on,
and shout out to his funeral home.
Wow.
That's what you got to do, man. You can't be
that's what's real right there. That's the thing that we don't have. And I hate to say it, y'all, because I'm not prejudiced, but I'm not prejudiced against our people, but that's what we as a people don't have, man. We don't have support of one another. Or if I get an idea from you, to big up you in the idea and move forward. We always gotta try to. I don't know, man. It's disgusting. I taught my son, them, and my kids about the concept of the crabs, and I never tried it, but it's supposed to be a true story. And again, I don't want to make this a race issue, but it's supposed to be a proven fact that if you got a bucket of crabs and you had the golden crabs, which is considered the white crab, the big, the white crab. Right. You put all them in a bucket, and then you got the blue crab, which is considered the black crab. And so there's supposed to be a test done, man, where they sat the golden crabs in the bucket and the blue crabs in the bucket side by side, and they stayed and they watched what would happen. And I don't know why it even went like this, but the story told is that the white crabs, they formed a chain and threw each crab out of the bucket until every crab got outside of the bucket. And the blue crabs, every time one almost made his way out, they snatched it back down. And they got up there again, and none of them got out the bucket. None of them got out the bucket. So we as a people, man, we gotta do better. You know, but this insight has been given because we want y'all to understand what goes into it. Couldn't get all the way into what goes behind the scene. But again, I'm sticking with time and energy. There were some other nuggets. Y'all gonna go back and watch it anyway when we get off. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna, you know, some of y'all side. My New Creature showed me how people be on and don't look like they on. And I had no idea that they can do that. There's a way that you can tap in and not show your nothing. And he revealed it to me. I'm like, are you serious? Because I was wondering. I'm like, well, why would you do that? He like, that. Look, here go the stats right here. Here go how many people. I'm like, well, why that ain't show? He like, cause they hidden. You want to reveal that? You know, you want what they do, how they do it, twin?
It's a way when you on Facebook on your news feed, you can see a person live video. It'll just show you never click into
Never kick in. I never
can watch. That's true.
I never knew that, man. Yeah, but I'm saying we went from 5 to 6 to almost 8,000 subscribers. You look that you can't. That's what you can't deny. In order to get in on our YouTube, right? Am I right, New Creature? To be able to watch new YouTube, you gotta subscribe, right? So, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? We already know you doing it, and then the conversations that are being had 2 days later, 3 days later, are just telling on themselves. Income say, "Oh yeah, man, I heard you say you did. I ain't see you nowhere on the page. Are you for real? Oh yeah, Bishop, that thing up. Really? Wow." And that's insane to me because we just, nobody's trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. And we just doing what we do. And myself, Mr. Shepherd, and Pastor Ledger, you know, she's from this place, but she has her own business. Correct. You know, and all these are small black businesses that are trying to thrive and would love the support of our community and the love. Even if you don't use the service, don't hate on me. You ain't got to support me, but don't sabotage me. Don't slander me. You know what I'm saying? You're okay. You want your selection of support is your selection, but don't slander me. Don't make me feel like it ain't right, and then you copying everything a joker do. You can't give nobody. So big ups to you, Mr. Shepherd, for shouting out your boy with the because I saw that. And I was like, boy, Shep done tapped into something right there. And that's good. You know what I'm saying? You evolve. That's still evolution on our end. Right. Because ain't nobody down here did it. No. See what I'm saying? You the first on that. So they can jump back. I want to ask this if it's realistic, and then we're going to give away the money. The singing during the funeral and all, who was that? Was that y'all? Because I never had that before. I mean, y'all thing. I ain't trying to put you on the spot. I'm just saying I ain't have it. Y'all, you had it? Did you have it? I didn't have that. That with Shepherd was my first. Well, no. I'm talking about to that level, like how y'all, everybody, was that? Tell the truth.
No, I think in the black community we expect to have lively singing at funerals. Like we do that. You know what I mean?
But and you have somebody on program
more than others, but our singers are well known and people request our singers.
Okay.
So that might be the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even like until maybe like a year ago, maybe even still recently, you'll have families that still know him.
Right.
Now they may go somewhere else, but I had to start telling him, Shep, if they went over there, they shouldn't be calling you to come sing on their service because that causes a problem. Okay. You know what I mean? When you got Mr. Shepherd from his funeral home.
Miss Shepherd is the manager. If y'all can hear that, really, that's who it is. She my manager, so y'all just.
If they went there and they don't have singers.
So look, don't y'all charge Mr. Shepherd with that. He telling you right now he would come, but protocol has to be established.
If
and we thank God for that.
The singing and if you want that, you got to come to Good Shepherds. That's just what comes with
absolutely, absolutely. Listen, man. Cal say play finally free. We're gonna give away some money, man. Let's give away some money. We're gonna buy 4 of y'all some lunch tomorrow. We're gonna play the number game. We got 4 people in here behind the desk. Each one of us gonna create a number. Shep gonna do one from 1 to 100. Miss Shep gonna give us 200. Gonna give us a number from 201 to 300, and I'm gonna give y'all a number from 301 to 400, and then we're gonna buy somebody lunch. If you get the number. If you don't get the number, then y'all know what that is, all right? So you gotta get the number, but we're getting ready to play the music while we get these numbers established, and we're gonna move forward. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
This is for you, Kyla Thomas.
Finally free.
Finally free.
Oh yeah. Finally free.
No sense in walking around in bondage. Let go and let God. Go hard or go home.
I'd be lying if I ever said that I felt better than this. Broke out the chains of the wrist. I threw my hands to the Lord and I praised him, and yeah, that was right off the rip, cause the grip of the devil ain't loosen a bit. I had to choose to forget what I've been through and start looking towards what I'm getting into and stop me from choosing to quit. The devil a liar. I came right out of the fire. Asked for forgiveness, he gave me the business, so I gotta thank the Messiah. Told me he hated a liar. Now I'm preaching the truth to the choir. I carried my burdens for many years, not a cross I carry like Mariah. I'm crossing over to the light side. Lord on the left and my right side. Biting my tongue, ain't letting it run. Just know that the Trinity might slide. Put a hole in your holy heart. This ain't a joke, ain't no Goliath. Say what you want about who you believe in. The end of the day, boy, I know he God and I know he awesome. I know he Alpha and Omega. And Satan tried to take me, I said never. Remember, I was struggling, my story posted, had to face the book without the meta. And all of a sudden, it's changing for me. Turn me around and it's crazy to see. All that I ever needed was a reason to give up my heart. Now the chain is released, I'm finally free. Yeah. I said we free. Finally free.
Finally free.
Oh yeah. Finally free.
We ain't said, okay, go ahead with the number.
Oh,
go ahead and start playing.
I said we finally free. Yeah. Way more than your average Sunday service. It's that real deliverance.
Hey.
Worship with my Brody Alexander, watching hell divinity. Yeah. Spirit of God and the mic and it's holy. Heavenly time and I'm taking it slowly. Life is.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't know if it's a problem, but Thurman Hayes, I don't know if he got speed out.
Oh, for real?
But he the one, only one with the number, and he won. He hit the first number the Shepherd pulled. Mm-hmm. All right, well we're gonna give you the money. Okay. All right, hey, we got it. Look, I don't know how it's going, what's going on, but nonetheless, Thurman Hayes is the first winner for the night, and boy, he look like he the only one got in. So I don't know what.
But technically, we ain't tell them yet to start posting.
I didn't. You know, I didn't start, so I don't know if that's the case. He jumped the gun. I'm saying, I'm trying to figure it out now. It's group selection. Cause
Start over.
We gonna start over, hey, cause we didn't. That was see, Callan just said that didn't know it even started. Yeah, no. You know, we didn't announce that it started. We said we was gonna come back. So give me another number, Shep. Number 1. I got the pen. Oh, I'm sorry. My number 301 to 400, right? Yeah.
I need all the numbers.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you gotta get a new creature number. Hold the music. Okay, listen, we gotta cue you to start. We was giving the people time to get their numbers, because we gotta get the numbers to new creature so he'll know. So we'll have all eyes on the screen to make sure that we don't miss you. Okay, so we're gonna Miss Shepherd gonna give us a new start out number. These the numbers here? Okay, hold up.
You gonna change your start number? Well, I never said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but did he know that one of the numbers that he selected?
30,000 numbers.
He got 1,000 numbers though.
Put all those back in.
Hey boy, you
Okay.
So what? Okay, this is Miss Shepherd right here. Mm-hmm. Okay. This you.
Oh no.
This Miss Shepherd.
Miss Shepherd, that's me.
Okay.
And where's the first little piece? The Shep piece.
I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Is it over here somewhere?
So he said flip it.
Okay. All right, so these okay. Here you go, new creature. First number, second number, third, fourth. All right, y'all ready? Here you go, new creature. Here go the number. All right, y'all ready? We're gonna make this real quick. All right, Callum, we get ready. Get ready, Reggie. Reggie Michael, get ready. Now we need a number 1 from 100. Let's go. Number 1 from 100. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. 1000 EST. Wait. I'm like, wait. Sometimes I got too much on my plate. On my plate. Foot on gas until I hit the brake. Hit the brake. You made me, but I still make mistakes. Wake up, pray, brush my teeth, then I escape. Pray that your will be done on this day. Pray that your will be done on this day. Check my OOTD, put on my faith, then leave. You could blow your horn at me, but I won't change my speed. Enemy trying to corner me, treat him like Curry 3. Know he gon' drop, turn my back, don't even gotta see.
Stop the music.
My body, so keep it under control.
All right, this is what we finna do. Y'all ready to eat? Yes. I'm ready to eat too. Okay, so we're gonna select the 4. We're gonna make Callan Thomas. Well, Vanessa Dennis called herself. They calling in. It's people from the radio. Take the call. She calling my personal phone. Hey, Evangelist. Huh? You got disconnected. Okay. Well, we getting ready. We getting ready to do something.
Couldn't log back in.
She couldn't get back in. Evangelist smiling. Oh, Mister couldn't get back in. So y'all want to do that or not? Select 4 people and we go eat. Wait for him to pull the number. Select 4. Okay, Vanity Smiley. All right, let's see. Okay, we're gonna select the Vanity. She gonna be the caller winner. Tell me, man. I'm asking.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna have to do 125 then. Okay. All right, Evangelist. We need your cash app, and you can't tell it to me. You're on my private phone. You got to call the radio station phone 951-591-954-591-2580. Just text your cash app. You want our winners for the night, okay? Okay. All right. Text your cash app to that number. All right, baby. Love you. All right. Okay. Thermal Hayes.
Casual Transport, Carolyn Thomas, and Reggie Michael.
All right. That's it.
You say somebody couldn't get in?
Misty said she couldn't get back in.
From the line? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they have blocked us because of the Kirk Franklin.
Because of the Kirk Franklin? Yeah, because I noticed ain't nobody. It shut it down. Yeah, that one. I noticed that.
I got a message on Facebook that said it was blocked because of the music.
Because of the music, the content of the music. All right, well, you know what? Guess what, y'all? Mr. Shepard, Miss Shepard, Pastor Legend. We're going to end it like this. It's been fun, but we got to run. Van Nally, y'all, we got our winners. We need cash apps for transport. Who y'all say that was? Alex. Y'all know him, right? Yeah. Okay, Alex, we got you, man. We need your cash app. Alex. Evangelist, Smiley, Hayes, and who else? Reggie. Yep. Callan Thomas wasn't in there?
Name 5 people.
Right there now.
Callan Thomas,
Alex,
Reggie Michael, Therma Hayes, Alex, and Evangelist Smiley.
She texts already on the phone.
Bim, we out of here, y'all. We love y'all. God bless you. Big shout out to AGS once again. Look them up, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, however you got to get at them. Get at them. You just heard it for yourself on tonight. Quality service. Look, I'm telling you, don't be tricked. Don't be trapped. If you want the best for your family, you had live witnesses. This is the epitome of what goes on, what you see before you. This is the director. These are the owners. These are not props, y'all. These are real people, and this is not that AI stuff they got going on right now. These are the real people right here. I know y'all scared, but we still doing it with real people over here. So thank y'all again, man. Thank you for making the show what it is. Thank you for tuning in every Wednesday, every third Wednesday with a Good Shepherd and them. And let's be frank, God bless y'all. Love you. Hope need not die. As long as you got hope, you always got a fighting chance. Harold, Josu in Georgia, listening via radio. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for dealing with me. Tennessee, Ebony. Thank you for dealing with me by radio. Love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. We're trying to evolve. Like Mr. Shepherd saying, we're gonna keep doing what we do. God bless you all. Love y'all. Bless you.
I kinda miss what I love, I had to throw it out. Still got some things to fix, gotta sort it out. If you ain't talking afterlife, then what you talking about? You say the church hurt your feelings, time to talk it out. My life was too loud, bruh, too much pandemonium. A citizen in Christ, but I feel like a Babylonian. What I really go through, I'm scared to say it on the podium. I know Jesus said he with me, just took me some time to notice him. Sometimes I only find joy when I'm standing in my pain. Sometimes I only find peace when I'm standing in the rain. And I enjoy alone time, I still find it kinda strange. It's not good for me to be alone, but I be feeling great. Sometimes I be thinking, why the Lord put me here? Why he put me on this earth? I ain't even volunteer. I told Jesus I need wealth, he told me make him my career. And if I learn to put him first, it make me shine like chandelier. Home, where do I go? You're the joy that takes me home. Where do I go? You're the joy that takes me